All right, we're back to page verification. So we're walking through these through pricing briefly, and then we get into more detailed estimating. So we start with general requirements. Every project has got some sort of general requirements. Let's click on general requirements, and you can see there's temporary power facilities. Facilities would include your outside toilet facilities, first aid, any fencing, startup and cleanup. That goes on in every project. So let's start first of all with temporary power. Assuming that this is a 40,000 square feet building, and you can change it at any time, or you can add additional square footage, or you can add additional wiring or temporary utilities, as many as you want. Anyways, going back in here, this is 40,000, and this is priced per 100 square feet, so it won't make any difference whether this is 40,000 or 80,000. CSF is 100 square feet. So let's say 40,000 square feet, that means 400. And assuming that per 100 square feet, it's $10 a square foot, or $10 per 100 square feet, you've got $4,000 in material and $94 in hours. Okay, again, at 40,000 square feet, that means it's 400 CSF, and at $10 per 100 square feet for materials, $4,000 for materials, and $94 for labor.
94 hours per labor.
Dan, thanks for correcting me. You're always there. Okay, you can see the numbers moved in here. We're going to do one more. Let's do the startup cleanup, because every project has got startup, every project has got cleanup. Click on the setup. All right, you can come up with your own labor units in here. So under labor for setup, depending on the size of the project, but on average, it's about 8 to 16 hours. 16 hours meaning 2 guys for a day, or 1 guy for 2 days. So let's say 16 hours total. 16 hours. Okay, so we've got 16. We separate the hours and material in here because we don't want to multiply the materials against the hours. All right, so there's 0 on material in here, but we've got 16 hours in total to assemble this setup. In material, let's say you've got $500 allowance. You see what we've got now is 16 hours in assembly and $500 in material. Cleanup, okay, depending on the size of the project, let's assume that you calculate the whole project to have, say, 24 hours of cleaning. You see you got 24 hours, or you can conversely put 1 here and a total of 24 hours. Either way, it's the same thing. You'll end up with the same result. Okay, so this is what we're looking at. 16 hours to set up, 24 hours total on the job to clean.
I recommend personally is that you keep 1 here all the time, and then when you're doing the job, you just under quantity. Every time you're doing an estimate, you just go through and fill in the quantities. If this job's going to take 2 hours for cleanup, then you stick in at 2. If it's going to take 4 hours for cleanup, this particular job, you stick in at 4.
All right. You can see these numbers are moved in here. All right, so we've done with general requirements. I'm only going to do a couple of these so we don't take a whole bunch of time. All right, we'll go to concrete. You are doing formwork for the project. It gets a little more detailed. You can see the labor units in here. These labor units are fixed and they're locked, so you can't alter them. I will explain to you a little later on why they're locked, so you can't alter them. Again, you can add whatever you want, as many times, whatever you want, as many lines as you want. It'll keep on expanding automatically. So assuming you've got foaming material already, and you can get 2 uses out of it, or 3 uses, or 4 uses. So if we use a 2 uses one, we got square foot of contact area, so that the foaming wherever the concrete contact is. So we've got, say, 400 square feet, and you want to recover some of the cost of the material that you paid for originally. So let's say you want to charge $1 per square foot. So you got 33 hours to assemble the forming and $400 towards the forming material. Remember that you already got paid for that use someplace else. If you can get more than two out of it, of course you make more money. So again, if you can see that the labor goes downwards, the more often you use that material. All right, we can get out of this and we'll do one more. Let's say doors and windows. You're now in the finishing stage and you are installing wooden doors and frames in Dan's house. The front door carved, fancy door for him, mahogany, 3x4x7, solid, no hollow core, one each. You can only afford one door. $1,500 for the door. Simple. You got $1,500 in material and 1 hour and 0.14 unit for labor. Don't fret if you think at this point that this is too low or too high. Don't worry about it for now. We're going to get into adjusting it later. All right, you're doing inside doors for him. So what we're looking for is probably hollow core doors. So 3 foot wide doors, 7 doors in house, 50 a door. Again, $2,450 for doors, 7.5 hours to hang them. All right. Once you've entered your information, hit the green button on top to go back to the page verification and click on the category. It'll close all the subcategories. And that's it. This is how you work right through. You could see whenever you open any one of these, it's the same thing. In some cases, you've got labor units already preset. In most cases, they're preset. In some cases, they're not. As a rule, they're preset. Now, if you want to add more, make sure to add your own labor units. All right, we go back to page verification, close the subcategories for now, and that's it for now. We're ready to move on to the next page.